Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, I will say thanks to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala who gives us mercy and healthy. And then salawat and salam we say to our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam who guides us from the darkness into the lightness with reciting Allahumma Salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala ali Sayyidina Muhammad. And I also say thanks to Sir Nuardi MED as a lecturer from Research and Development. Well, I am Khairani Asma Saleh from 5A PBI. Well, in this occasion, I want to explain about action research from Louis Cohen and friends with the title Research Method in Education, 6th edition. Introduction of action research. Action research is a powerful tool for change and improvement at the local level. Kurt Lewin's combination of action research has contributed to its attraction to researchers, teachers, and the academic and educational community alike. The scope of action research as a method is impressive. Defining action research. A chemist and MC Tiger 1992 suggests that action research is a concern equally with changing individuals on the one hand and the other, the culture of the groups, institutions, societies to which they belong. While Zuber-Skerrit, 1996, suggests that action research is a critical and self-critical collaborative inquiry by selective practitioners being accountable, making result of their inquiry public, self-evaluating their practice, and engaged in participatory problem solving and countering professional development. Well, Novke and Zeisner 1987 make several claims with teacher, namely it that you can see some point in the screen, but I only read some of the point. Number one, brings about change in their definition of their professional skill and roles, and then increases their feeling of self-worth and confidence, and then increases their awareness of classroom issues, and the last is broadens their views on teaching, schooling, and society. The next subtopic is principle and characterization research. Hull and Lenung, 1980, MC Kernel, 1991, suggests that action research makes for a practical solving as well as expanding scientific knowledge, and then enhance the senses of participants, and then is collaborative, is undertaken directly in situ, and the last is undertaken within an framework of ethics. Fryer and Torres also describe about several principles of participatory action research. I will read some point of their principle. Number one, it commences with explicit social and political intention that articulate with the dominant and poor class and group in society. The last must involve popular participation in the research process. It must have social basis. Well, I think this is an important topic. A key term in action research is empowerment. For the former camp, empowerment is largely a matter of the professional sphere of operation, achieving professional autonomy through professional development. Well, we are going topic is procedures of action research. MC Neve 2002 set out an 8-step model of action research process. Number one is review your current practice, and the second one is identify and expect that you wish to improve. The third is imagine a way forward in this. The next is try it out. The next reflect on what happened, and then modify the plan in the light of what has been found and what has happened, and continue. The next is evaluate the modified action. The last is continue until you are satisfied with that aspect of your work. Well, MCNIF 2002 provide useful advice for novice action research. There is stay small, stay focused, identify a clear research realistic about what you can do, be aware what wider change begins you, and plan carefully. Set a realistic time scale and then involves other as participants, observers, validators, including critical friends, potential researchers, and then ensure good ethical practice, and then concentrate on learning, not on outcomes of action, and then the focus of the research issue in company with other, be aware of happy endings and be aware of political issue. Well, we are going to the next material about reflexivity. In Hell 1996 suggests that reflexivity is an integral element and epistemological basis of emancipatory action research. The next material is about some practical and theoretical matters. Morrison 1996 suggests that number one, participatory approaches to decision making. The second one is democratic and consensual decision making. The next is share values, belief, and goal, and then equal right of participation in discussion. The next is equal right to determine policy, and then equal voting right on decision. The next is the deployment of subgroup who are accountable to the whole group, and then share responsibility and open accountability, and then an extended view of expertise expertise, and then a judgment and decision based on the power of the argument rather than the position power of advocates, and the last is share ownership of decision and practices. Well, we are going to the last step, conclusion. Action research has been seen as a scientific vehicle for empowering teacher. As a research device, it combines six notions. Number one is a straightforward cycle of identifying a problem, planning and intervention, implementing the intervention, evaluating the outcome, and then reflective practice, and then political emancipation, then critical theory, and then professional development, and the last is participatory practitioner research. It's a flexible, situationally responsive methodology that offers rigor, authenticity, and voice. That side, this chapter has tried to expose both the attraction and problematic areas of action research. So, that's about it, and forgive me my mistake. Thank you. And wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.